first coming here it happened at a great time, but it's like working on the prints. It was like taking apart the language in the drawings that I had been working on beforehand and the paintings that I had just finished. And now I'm back in the studio in New York working on these new paintings that are really informed by that kind of slowed down process that happens with printmaking, where things are taken apart and then decisions have to be made kind of so carefully because you're going, you know, the whole process is so much, it's slowed down, every color and every weight of every mark. So, I mean, I think that really shifted a lot of small directions in the studio that I'm finding out now. And because each mark that you put down, then you have to really think about why, if it's so arduous to actually do it, why is it important to do it, and then how can you actually affect that ink when it becomes just ink on paper? How do you change? What decisions can you make to actually make that ink sit on paper differently? And so these different questions come up that can't really come up in painting or drawing when you're in the same way, because you don't have those options. Well, the etch line is sculptural in the way that it's etched into the copper, but then also how the ink goes into the plate and then sits on the paper, and it becomes this, you know, it has almost this slight, it feels like it's almost embossed on the paper, even if it's really not that much. But so there's a sculptural element to it, and then the different weight lines, however how long something's etched, or also the different types, like engraved lines, have a very different quality. So, for me, that the layering could come above the surface, even if you don't really see that often, you know, that much. It was, I don't know, it's something that really comes out in etchings. They're very dimensional in that way, I think. When I come in the morning, it usually takes me a while of circling, you know, cleaning up a little bit or doing something, and then kind of slowly nestling into the point where I can actually remember where I am in a painting, or even realize a new point of entry. Sometimes it can take days to know what to do next. Spray it again, but with a little matte medium so it doesn't bleed. But luckily, with the number of paintings happening, I can kind of move between one and another. No, it's not. And some days you'll have a great day and work the entire day and make headway and have realizations and leave in the best place because you had this intense engagement. And in other days, I just can't seem to find that connection. I think that's part of the work, just being in here, just looking at the work for a long time and really realizing the painting.